So you've done all the talk therapy, you've done all the emotional healing, and for some reason you keep getting triggered, you keep feeling like crap still, and you're not really sure why. In this video, I'm going to explain to you some of the reasons why you might still be being triggered and feel like crap, even though you spent years doing the talk therapy, doing the counseling, doing the emotional healing work, and why it still doesn't seem to be working. So I'm Ora Zikara, the founder of the Great Light Garden. I help spiritual women transform their lives from the inside out. I walk the spiritual journey as a lifestyle because I understand the importance of every single aspect of it, and this could be the exact reason why you are finding yourself stuck even after you've done all the talking and the emotional healing and the shadow work. Emotional healing is really important, and it's one aspect of many when it comes to transforming your inner world and then seeing it reflected externally. When we don't do the emotional healing, we end up being triggered by situations that remind us of what happened in the past, even if it's just on a subconscious level. If we haven't processed those emotions and instead we pushed it down and we thought, no, I can't deal with this now, or we never learned how to truly deal with and process these things, then they stay there within the subconscious, and then things can really easily bring them up. And this is when we almost play out these same traumatic reactions, even to small things. And people would say, wow, that's such an overreaction, the way that you responded. But actually, it's our body holding on to that trauma and just literally going into that same reaction that it did when you had the traumatic experience. Traumas can happen in this life, or they can happen in past lives, they can happen in parallel lives. And so we can actually hold on to these energies, emotions, and traumas lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So it's not always necessarily coming from something that's happened to you in this life, but the healing work that needs to be done on that energy is the same. So maybe you've been doing all that work, you've faced your emotions, you've faced the traumas, you've spoken about it to someone, and you actually have healed the emotions that were held within, which is amazing. And that should mean that you aren't responding to things in the same way, you aren't holding as much tension or fear in the vessel, and you've managed to pull yourself out of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. Or hopefully you're just not triggered into that response as quickly or as easily. However, if you find yourself still feeling angry, feeling down, feeling sad, feeling triggered by things, and you're like, why is this happening? It's possible that there's other areas of the healing journey that you haven't been taught about or have just overlooked. One of them, the biggest one that I always teach on the Great Light Garden, is the food you eat. Food is mood. So when you eat toxic food with chemicals in, which is really things like junk food, refined carbohydrates, refined sugars, processed food, and also animal products, these foods have external chemicals in. Animal products have hormones in. They also have, on a spiritual level, on an energetic level, they have the emotions in of the animals when they were harmed and killed. So when you are eating food that doesn't serve your vessel, your mind, your body, and your soul, it has a reaction within the vessel, within the body, and your body struggles to really process these foods. The external chemicals disrupt your internal chemistry, and then a few days later, you can start to feel stressed, angry, sad, tired, because your body's under stress because it's trying to deal with and process toxins that it doesn't usually know how to process, or at least they're not natural to the body. And so the body gets stressed, and you waste a lot of energy with the body trying to deal with these toxins and safely get them out your system. And obviously, if you're eating the animal products, then of course you're going to have sad, depressed, or fearful energy when you've literally consumed that energy in the food. So if you are still experiencing a lot of lows or a lot of stress, have you eaten crap or junk food recently? And what is your diet like in general? Because I invite you, if you haven't yet, to really start looking into eating healthier, like whole foods. I eat raw food, raw vegan food. Definitely going plant-based and looking at whole foods as well, because when you cut out the foods that your body isn't meant to have, your soul isn't meant to be consuming, you'll find yourself having a lot more internal balance. And when you're balanced internally, when your body's getting the right nutrients, the right fuel, it finds it a lot easier to deal with other things because you've got more energy, you're not tired, you're not under stress because your body is being attacked from the inside out with toxins, and the chemicals aren't changing your conscious awareness and things like that. So when you start cutting this food out, it allows you to feel more balanced. Food is mood. You feel in a better mood. You feel lighter. You feel cleaner. You feel like your mind is sharper, like you've got more of a clarity. And that will really help you with then things that would normally trigger you. You aren't already feeling like crap or under stress, and then it just kind of tips you over the edge. You've got more of a balance and you see things from a higher point of view, a more balanced point of view. So check that. Also, check things like if you were drinking alcohol or consuming any kind of drugs, because drugs can open up the auric field, and so they can allow you to pick up external negative energies. And so, let's say, as an example, if someone was stressing you out, and that's why you got triggered because they said something rude to you, part of it could have been due to your own triggering, and like any other person wouldn't have been triggered by what they said. But part of it can actually be that that person was trying to project negative energy or anger onto you. When you have got a closed aura, you've got strong energy and you're internally balanced, people can't project their negative energies or emotions into you. It just bounces off you, so you don't have that response they were trying to make you have. If you were open, your aura's open, you're out of balance, when someone throws some anger onto you through saying something negative, trying to make you have a reaction, and they do that to offload their own negative energy because they don't know how to deal with it themselves, it's really easy for you to just literally react to the anger and allow it to move through you and out of you because it came into you in the first place because you weren't protected. And the other thing could be is that you have picked up some negative energy, possibly through social media, possibly through spending time with the wrong types of people, not protecting yourself properly, and of course, as well, when you are out of balance internally. And this is why I teach sorting out your internal world will literally change your external world. It always starts within first, and so this is the importance of doing this inner work. But if you were out of balance internally, and then you were watching things on socials, and if you're an empath, you're picking up the energies, and it's very easy then to just feel low, sad, swayed by the energies around you again. When you've got that firm, solid, structured baseline within, and you feel strong and secure within, it's a lot easier to not react to the external world, but to respond to it from a higher point of view, from your higher self's point of view, really. You feel balanced, you feel clear, you feel connected to your divine guidance. So it's a lot easier to understand how you want to respond and choose how you want to respond. Um, if you were out of balance, you're already weak, you don't have energy because you're eating crap and you're not looking after yourself and you're picking up a load of other people's energy, it's really easy to just get overwhelmed by all of that, to start feeling heavier and heavier and start spiraling downwards. And then even though you've done all that and that healing work in the past, you've healed all your past traumas, you've really spoke about what's happened and you felt like you'd healed, you're like, why am I still like acting like I'm in these traumas? Well, yes, healing the emotions is just one aspect of it, but healing the body, healing the mind, healing the words you use, healing your soul, healing your past lives. There's so many more aspects to it. And I've just shared a few in this video. But if you're interested in learning more, join the Great Light Garden, subscribe. visit our website. I've put together a 7-step life reset guide, and it's got these 7 different steps. If you wanted to completely transform your life, it's these 7 key areas of what you would need to look at. And so balancing your internal chemistry is in there, emotional healing's in there, healing your mindset, all the stuff I've talked about is in that guide. Type in life reset in the comments and I'll share the link where you can download the guide. But it's a great guide. It's going to be really useful if you're wanting to really heal yourself on all levels and not miss any parts. This is why I live it as a lifestyle, because it isn't just one aspect. We are multidimensional beings, and so there's so many layers and elements to us that need the healing, need the nourishment, need the support. And one thing I see so many spiritual people overlook, which surprises me, is being plant-based and being healthy. The vessel is literally your temple of God. It's the literal navigation system that we've got on this plane. You only have one, and once that's gone, you have no home here. So the fact that spiritual people bypass this, it really it really has opened my mind to wonder how they've missed such a big key aspect of the spiritual journey, your health journey, and making the biggest impact you can in this lifetime for yourself, for your grandchildren, for your children, for your family, for your friends, and just for the world. So thanks for watching. I'm Ora Zikara. You can subscribe to my personal YouTube channel, but I'm going to be living more on the Great Light Garden channel. I'm going to start building this channel instead. You can have a one-on-one session with me. I do core wound healings, which are looking at inner child work, things that have happened to you in this lifetime. It's kind of like healing core wounds within. And this can be from this life or past lives. And it would be us doing a guided meditation together and you uncovering within what needs healing for your highest and greatest good in this moment. I'm also doing personal packages, personal programs for 3 months. If you wanted to go really deep and do 9 calls, which would be really doing the inner work, looking at your food plan, everything that's in the 7-step life reset, but a personalized experience with me, then you can schedule a consultation call and we can have a look at that. And I've also got a Return to Eden journey. It's a live group call. The next one is starting on the 1st of May 2026, but I'm planning on rerunning them, so if you missed that one, don't worry. It's a 7 to 8 week course, group course, and we're going through really the life reset, the 7 steps in much more detail. We're actually going to be walking it together as a group with teaching calls, question and answer, group Telegram support, and it's really putting it into practice. So again, it's about, if you're there, like, do you know what, I've tried other things, I've tried healing sessions, I've tried doing the emotional work, and for some reason my life just feels stuck still. I'm not able to transform, I'm not able to let go of the addiction, whatever it is, this could be for you. Feel free to watch my other videos if you wanted to hear my personal story about addiction, going from junk food to raw vegan. And it explains a little bit about my story in the 7-step life reset as well. Thanks for watching and have a God ray. Might the light guide you on. Ta-ra.